Now welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Force Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
Okay, first order of business today. Daisy Ridley teases plans for the Rey movie, that it's going to kind of take the franchise in a different direction. Which I think is the same thing Filoni said when he decided to go to a different galaxy.
That's a different direction, all right.
Yeah. I mean, we know Charmine's gotten some hot press lately, and she is going to be making the follow-up film to The Rise of Skywalker that might turn into a trilogy. Rumors are all over the place for this film. Possible films right now.
How about we get that one out and then we'll talk about I mean, not that I particularly am excited and all that, but make a movie. We'll go from there.
Well, we got the Mandalorian Grogu movie that's supposed to be first now.
Yeah,
we all thought it was going to be Rey, and now it's not going to be Rey.
As soon as I heard that, I'm like, well, we know Rey just got bumped off.
Rey just got cyborged.
Yeah.
She's off the table for a little bit. We don't know if the Rey movie will come out before Dave Filoni and James Mangold's movies.
Well, it'll be before Filoni's movie, right? Because Filoni's doing Ahsoka Season 2 next, so...
I mean, there's been a lot of stuff going on with this. I mean, at one point, Lindoff and Britt Gibson were like the ones who teamed up to write this script. It was kind of dubbed the New Jedi Order era script. And then they left due to creative differences.
Haven't heard that one before.
Yeah. And then Stephen Knight, the mind behind Peaky Blinders, came on board, and then he had to stop because the writer's strike started. Everything's kind of choppy in Hollywood these days. But we did recently find out his draft still hasn't been handed into Lucasfilm, so there's
someone else who can't finish the script.
That the studio will still seek somebody new to do a rewrite on this.
A rewrite on something that hasn't been written yet?
It hasn't been fully turned in.
Okay.
It's like his papers.
I don't think it's a rewrite unless you actually
Homeroom teachers getting mad.
Jeez. Yeah, if Lucasfilm were like a classroom, like everybody's getting an F because nobody turns in their homework.
I mean, despite the fact that they don't have a screenplay yet, Daisy Ridley has heard what the story is supposed to be. There's supposed to be, here's the outline. She has the outline.
Okay.
She just doesn't have the pieces.
I have a big question after this, but yes, go ahead.
But whatever this outline was what convinced her to return as Rey. She said, that was actually quite last minute. I was actually making my own film last year, and Kathleen Kennedy said she wanted to have breakfast, and I thought, we were just having breakfast. So there I was, having my breakfast, and she goes, oh, by the way, we might do another one. And I'm like, okay. So I thought about it for a little bit, and once I knew what the story was, and everything I knew, it was something I really wanted to do. I think it's a really fantastic exploration of the Star Wars world. It's a really cool way of taking the story on a bit of a different direction. When is breakfast not a breakfast? When Kathleen Kennedy's there.
Okay, so I have my first question.
Okay.
Who came up with the outline for the story?
That's the biggest question. Did Kathy have it in a fever dream? And she's like,
oh, God.
This is the story. Here's the outline.
How we can make Rey even better.
More Rey.
More Rey. More Rey. But no, I think that's a serious question. And this seems like it's coming from Kennedy, right?
There's an outline, and they're just having writers come in and write it.
Yeah.
Filling in the blanks.
Somebody came up with an idea for the movie, right? Mm-hmm. They have an outline, so they're now hiring somebody to write based on the outline that somebody at Lucasfilm has come up with. It's
a good question. So where did this outline come from?
Is this literally Kathleen Kennedy, I got this great idea that's going to save Rey?
Well, could this have started with the Lindoff, Britt Gibson script? Could that have been... I mean, because they left due to creative differences, but the outline could still be theirs.
If it's creative differences, why are you keeping their outline? You know what I mean?
Well, because they can, probably. There's some sort of legal rights to having...
No. I'm not saying they wouldn't legally have some kind of... I'm sure once you write it for Lucasfilm, it's basically their property. Mm-hmm. I'm saying, if they wrote it and you're like, well, we don't agree on this script, why are you keeping the script?
Well, we don't know what the creative differences are. They could have been you're not giving us enough this or that.
What I'm saying is it sounds like, here's what we want you to write. Here's the idea we have for Rey. Go write it. And then they were like, well, we got some other ideas on how we think this should work with Rey. And Kennedy's like, no. We're going to do it this way. I mean, I could be dead wrong. I'm only making guesses.
Maybe you need to sit down and have breakfast with Kathy.
I would love to have breakfast with Kathleen Kennedy. I say that in all seriousness. I would love to sit down and chat Star Wars with her.
I know you would.
Yeah, I'm not trying to even be an ass about it or anything. I'd like to pick her brain a bit and see, what's going on. What's the plan? how have you felt about previous things? And no, I think it would be a good time for me. I don't know how she would feel about it.
I'm mostly curious on what we mean by taking the story in a different direction. Like, what direction are we taking it? Is it just the whole school type approach? What is the direction? Because Star Wars has all sorts of directions going on at all points in time right now.
Yeah, here's the thing that, like, Rey creating a Jedi Order. Look, I don't know what Daisy Ridley's like knowledge of Star Wars is, like what it all encompasses, but we've done that before. Luke did at one point have his own little Jedi Order that he started, and so if she's saying we're taking it in a new direction, referring to Rey being a creator of a Jedi Order, that's not exactly new. It's something that people are going to be. I mean, that's one of the biggest problems or biggest uphill battles I think this movie faces is we all wanted, and not everybody, we mostly all wanted, us fans wanted to see Luke make a new Jedi Order. Now Rey's going to do it. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be a lot of people thinking that should have been Luke, not Rey.
Yeah. Well, we can't forget last year, Daisy Ridley did say the plans might include more than one film when she said, I know the storyline for one film. That's not to say that that's all it is. But that's what I know about. And I imagine it will be the next film, I think. I mean, again, I don't know. Post-strikes and everything, how quickly everything will start up again. But yes, so far, I know the story for one film, and I think people will be very excited.
Sure. There'll be some people very excited, I'm sure.
All right, let's move on to our next piece of news then today. Bad Batch Season 3. I think we're getting the trailer this week. Hopefully we don't get the trailer before this video comes out, because then I'm just being redundant.
Well, it wouldn't be redundant, like...
a little bit, by saying it's coming, and then it's like, oh, it's already here.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but, like, we are recording it the night before, so technically it's before, even though the news will break before we get our speculation up. Anyway.
Jennifer Corbett, she's a producer on The Bad Batch, hinting at that trailer once again. We posted, like, a few days ago that The Bad Batch is trending, we all must want that trailer. And now, new tweet saying... I made a mistake of looking at this week's schedule with like a gif or gif, however you say it, of like Rocky Balboa looking up at whoever he's looking up at. I'm not a person who knows Rocky movies.
Ivan Drago.
I'll believe you because I don't know.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren. Ivan Drago. Yeah, I must break you.
All right, so yeah, very well could be hinting that the Bad Batch trailer will be dropping this week, and once it drops, we'll have things to look at. Things to explore, like where's the story going? Is Tech really dead? Is Echo going to come back for the team now that they're down another member? What's going on with the clone situation on Tantus? Yeah, the new clone situation.
I think you need to get...
the lady clone situation.
I think you need to get your, as we've discussed before, the content train kind of back on the track.
But most importantly, we'll probably learn when it's coming.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need to give people something to know what the next stop is, because right now we're just kind of in limbo, and I think it's not... In the day and age of franchises and stuff, you always want, I know it's kind of the meme, but, get excited for next piece of content. And right now, everybody's just kind of waiting.
Speaking of the content drought and what could be coming, there's an interesting rumor floating around the internet. All right, we know Marvel What If Season 3 literally got confirmed the day after the Season 2 finale.
Okay.
Boom, done. Because people are really digging the what if situations. Because it's new and fresh, exciting and all that. The rumor is that Star Wars could be getting the same treatment. Like alternate universe concepts. Could it be maybe telling of some Legends stories? That we might be getting the Star Wars what if that aren't written by Thor Skywalker.
Aww.
Aww. That is a shame.
No, it's not a shame. I mean, it's cool. I think it's a cool idea, basically.
It is an interesting concept, interesting idea. The problem they could run into is if they tell, like, a sequel story and everyone's like, no,
I don't think they would dare do that.
I don't think so
I don't think, like, what if Luke didn't kill Ben or try to kill Ben in his sleep? And, no, I don't think they do that because everybody's like, well, that's the real story now. You guys finally got it right.
You got it.
The other stuff is the what if stuff.
But, I mean, this could be very interesting. I would love to see what they come up with for their what if stories. Maybe... don't do it exactly the same way as Marvel does it, where they do kind of this overarching story and they connect the what-ifs.
No, you wouldn't do that.
I would like it if they would just isolate them as to individual what-if stories, more like how you do them.
Yeah, just have it be completely its own. Don't connect them, just... I think my idea, if you wanted to try to tie it to some degree to the real canon, quote-unquote, you have someone in the world between worlds looking through portals and seeing
that could be
how
fun.
Things could have gone. That way, it's it's not canon. These aren't what actually happened, but you could say,
The what could have been.
Yeah, someone in universe is aware of these possibilities. I don't know, but it could be a fun way to just...
It would be Ahsoka. That's what she did.
Maybe that's what she did for all those years. Who knows?
She just sat in there going, oh, so that's what could have happened. Dang.
Dang. Yeah.
Dang.
Well, we did hear that rumor that she was going to see, or go back and fight Anakin in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Which was maybe just somebody getting mixed up with what actually happened in the Ahsoka series, and that was never a plan, or maybe it was. Who knows?
We shall see. So maybe some Star Wars what if stories. I could be down with that. Maybe in the Clone Wars animation style instead of the what if style.
Instead of the Marvel what if style?
Yeah, the Marvel what if style reminds me too much of the Resistance show.
I'm guessing that's cheaper and easier.
I can't do that.
I think that's just cheaper and easier to do that style of animation than
I don't know.
From what I understand, Clone Wars animation is quite expensive and time consuming.
Well, AI's getting there. I mean, I don't like the what if style because, like I said, it just makes me think of Star Wars Resistance, and I didn't like.
No, I love how they said that was like anime inspired. I'm like, what anime have you been watching?
Not the stuff most people watch.
No, a cool idea, fun idea. Certainly would be up to watching something like that. Yeah. All right, well, that is going to be all we got for this time. Now it is your turn to take to the comments below and tell us what you think of any and all of today's news, and let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.